guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to another house building video. Today I am building a tiny beachside beach house near the beach on the island in Windenburg from the Get Together World Expansion Pack thing. I go through a lot of changes in this one, so you'll have to excuse me removing some stuff, but I think it turned out really cute. I made tiny houses before and it was so much fun making those, so I wanted to make another one. In that video I actually made like 5 tiny houses in a row, which was also really cute, but I wanted to do a little more decorated beach tiny house sort of thing, all in this style of like beach, like it has a beach vibe, if that makes sense. You know, lots of like natural wooden textures and materials, and you know, and very open, and like you can walk outside and be outside more than you are inside, which also makes sense because this is a tiny home, so you do want to have the option to be outside, because I think you might get a little like, I don't know, feel a little trapped if you can't be outside in a tiny house. So yeah, that's sort of what I went for. It's not an interesting shape, it's like pretty straightforward. What I'm doing right now, I'm removing like a lot of it. I wanted to make it like a loft at first, but it didn't really work out. I thought it was too high for the size that it was. So maybe at one point I will make a loft, just not this particular one, so that will be removed at some point, but the main structure still stands like this. It's not very interesting, but I spend a lot of time decorating it, a lot of time working on the landscaping sort of thing. And I think it turned out really well. I'm really happy with how it turned out. But I don't think I'm going to be talking about the builds very much in this video, because I do have some fun stories to tell today. First of all, starting with the fact that I went to a potential school thing that I want to audition for. It's sort of like a musical thing. I would love to be accepted at that school, but I don't think I will, since it's hard to get in. There's lots of people trying and only like a handful of people get in. So, you know, it's hard, but if you don't try, you never know what would have happened. Like, I don't want to look back at my life when I'm old and be like, but what if I did audition? Maybe I would have gotten into the school and maybe my life would have been different. Like, I don't want that to happen. Maybe my life is fine if I don't get in. It will probably be fine, but you know, that's not the thing I was trying to do. But I went to that school because they had like a day where you can sort of get a taste of what it's like being at that school. So there's like workshops and, you know, like sort of some sort of like workshop thing and classes, like not the thing you put on your face, but the things you listen to a teacher for, you know. Sorry, my English isn't, I'm trying. Let's just say that I'm trying. But anyway, I went to that school all on my own. I didn't know anyone, and a lot of people do know each other, because once you're in like the musical world, you sort of know everyone. That's what it seems to me anyway. But I started pretty late, so I'm not really in that world particularly. I'm just sort of, I like musicals and I love singing and I love acting and I love dancing, even though I'm not really good at it. But yeah, so I just want to go there, but I'm not really like part of that world, so I don't really know anyone. It was kind of, actually, I want to say it was kind of awkward, because I am pretty socially awkward, but for some reason I just put a little more effort in this time, and it was kind of fine. Like, I had a lot of people to talk to. Maybe they hated me and I just don't know yet, but it seemed like people sort of liked me a little and I could talk to them, and I don't know, it was like a surprise for me. It was not as awkward as it usually is. Like, the thing is, I don't mind awkward. I know that I am awkward, so I just sort of accept the awkwardness and just move on with my life. So it's not like it's horrible, it's just I'm not good at it. So like making friends, meeting new people is not really my thing. It's not what I'm best at, so surprisingly it actually went pretty okay this time. Also not what I wanted to talk about. Anyway, I get to the school and they put you in a group, and every single group has its own like schedule of what they needed to follow, and basically like the sort of, keeping it short, it was one dancing thing and one singing thing, or like an acting thing. And most of the dancing things were in the styles that you get at the audition, because you need to dance at the audition, even though I'm horrible at dancing. But they don't really expect you to be great, they just expect you to not fail horribly. That's basically it. But I didn't get into a group where they had a class on one of the styles that you get at the audition. And obviously I wanted to try the style that they had at the audition to sort of get a taste of what that would feel like and what I sort of could expect from the audition and everything, but I didn't. So I was kind of, well, upset is like a too big of a word, but you know, I wasn't too happy about that. And then you get put in these groups, and you have like a couple of students who were already at that school showing you around. So I woke up to group 10, but next to group 10 was group 4. And I am going to be exposing myself as a liar, basically. I don't lie, don't lie, it's bad, oh, something like that, I don't know. It was fine, they probably didn't mind at all, even if they would have found out. Anyway, let me continue with the story before I give like disclaimers on why lying is bad. Anyway, I walked up to group 10 and I looked at all the other groups, and the group I wanted to be in most was group 4, because it had everything that I wanted to do that day. And I was sort of standing there, not completely in the group, but sort of like outside, like a couple of steps back, sort of thinking about maybe I should ask someone, like a teacher, if I could switch groups, or if I could, like, you know, join another group. And then one of the students leading the new people around asked me, "Are you in group 4?" And without even hesitating, I just said yes. And so the rest of the day I was in group 4, even though I wasn't supposed to be, but they never like checked who was supposed to be in the group. And like normally I wouldn't do that, but it was such an impulsive thing, and I wanted to be in group 4 that badly that I didn't even think about it. It was like, yes, I want to be in group 4. That's not what I said, I just said yes, and they didn't ask anything else, so I guess I got my way by lying, and that's not a good lesson to tell, but I thought it would be kind of funny. I don't know. That's like a weird thing. I don't know. It was funny, and I wanted to talk about it. Like, now I'm regretting the decision to talk about it, because now I seem like a bad person, which I don't think I am. At least I hope I'm not. Oh my god, I had so much trouble with the windows. Like, nothing looked good. I say like a lot, and I don't like that. I'm sorry. Bad jokes. There was another story that I wanted to tell, but now I don't know anymore. What is the story that I want to tell? Oh, right. Today I found out that I needed to do ballet for the audition, so I wanted to take like a couple of classes. Oh my god, I can't pronounce that word. I'm so sorry. I hope you know what I mean. It's with the C, you know, at my dance studio. So I went to a ballet class tonight, you know, a couple of hours ago. Sorry for this video being late, by the way. I didn't even mention that. I don't know, I guess I was busy and didn't work out. Oh, I need to talk about something else too. Right, before I continue this story, I am not going to be releasing another part of the Skylar Mansion build, because I spent a lot of time decorating that house. And I spent hours decorating a couple of rooms because it's so big and so detailed. And then my game crashed and I lost all of the progress that I made. So I do have some footage, but I don't feel like recording that all over again. I just want to sort of, in my own time, work on it in parts. So there's not going to be a video on that anymore. I'm really sorry, but you can still see me building the outside of the Skylar Mansion if you want to, and if you haven't yet. Back to the story. This voiceover is such a mess. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's the only thing I can say. Anyway, I basically went to dance class and I explained to her, to the teacher, or I don't know what the correct word for that is. I'm just going to say teacher. And I guess dance teacher is fine, right? Yeah, okay. I explained to the teacher, I'm so sorry, I explained to the teacher that I wanted to take 2 weeks of ballet, so like 2 hours of ballet before my audition, and she assumed that I was going to be like a really great dancer, because she assumed that I was going to do a dance audition for a school, like a full-on dance school thing, you know? So you have to be like a great ballet dancer. And she probably was confused as to why I wanted to take like 2 hours of ballet if I wasn't, you know, if I was going to audition for a school. I probably should have done that earlier. So halfway through the class, oh my god, I'm so annoyed by myself that I can't pronounce that word properly. Class. Halfway through the class, she walked up to me and she's like very hesitant. She's like, have you ever taken ballet classes before, or is this your first time? So I explained to her I took like 6 weeks when I was younger, and then I quit. It was like at school, so you know, sort of like a thing you had to do. And I don't know, maybe like 6 weeks, and then we moved on to like a different style of dance. And she sort of looks at me kind of confused, and I'm kind of confused as to why she's looking at me like that. And she sort of hesitantly continues, I can't teach you to dance. I can't teach you everything in 2 weeks. That's basically what she said. And she was really confused probably, because she expected me to be a really great dancer and I'm horrible. But the audition is for a school where like singing and acting is the main thing, and you dance, but they don't expect you to be able to dance. They just sort of expect you to be okay-ish. Like, they want to see someone that they can teach to dance. There's like a couple of, you know, there's people that are never going to be able to learn how to dance because that's just not who they are. That's not something they are capable of, or you know, that's that sort of thing. Like, they want to see potential. Not that you can do it, but they want to see potential. And showing them potential helps if you're a little, like, if you have some kind of like basic understanding of the dance style, you know? So that's why I wanted a couple of lessons so I could learn some words and be a little more comfortable in what I'm doing, and not be too confused when I'm standing there, even though like 2 lessons is probably like not enough. But you know, it's all I can do right now because I found that I need to do like ballet like a couple of weeks ago. I'm so out of breath, like I'm telling this story way too quickly, and I get excited when talking and then I forget to breathe and I talk really fast, and I'm sorry. How many times did I say I'm sorry in this thing? But I thought it was kind of funny that she just was confused, but she helped me a lot, and she told me like a couple of things that would help me look like I know what I'm doing even though I don't, you know? Sort of like stand up straight and everything you need to do to sort of make it look like you sort of have a, I don't know, it looks better than knowing nothing, like how you need to turn your feet and your legs and how they need to be straight and, you know, where they need to go. And I know some more stuff now, and so I'm thankful for that, and actually kind of like the thing too. But I already have a dance lesson that is sort of halfway through that. Like from 7:30 to 8:30 I have a ballet class, but I actually already had a jazz class from 8 to 9, so I can only do the last 30 minutes of that, even though it's supposed to be an hour of my jazz class. I asked if that was okay, and she was fine with it. But yeah, I don't know. So I won't be taking ballet anymore. But I liked it, and I think if I had the option and wasn't already doing something, I might have liked to continue doing that even. I don't know, it's kind of embarrassing actually, like, she expected me to be really good and I'm like awful. And so, yeah, I probably should have mentioned that before I started dancing, so she wasn't like panicked that I thought I would be able to learn ballet in 2 days. which is not going to happen, like 2 hours even. If I had 2 full days, maybe we could have done something. Like, I know ballet dancers train for their entire life from when they're 3 or something, and even then you have, like, almost no chance of getting anywhere. Not that I want to discourage anyone who is dancing right now and wants to be a professional dancer. Let it be. It's sort of something I learned. If people talk about never being able to do something, because I've been getting this a lot because I want to get into musicals or music or something like that. So I get, this is unrealistic. You are not going to get in anywhere. You are not good enough. Like, I get that enough. But I try to have it motivate me rather than it being something that makes me want to quit. Even though it's hard, and sometimes I even talk badly about myself in my own head, which I shouldn't do. And I try to tell myself that I'm not good enough and I'm never going to be able to do anything. But let it be motivating, and know that you're young and anything can happen. And if you work hard, you might even have a chance. So don't let anything stop you from doing that. And if you want, if you want to do something artsy or something that's not realistic or something like that, I mean, there's always like exceptions, but for the most part, I'd say go for it. And if it doesn't work out, you can always study something else, go to a different school, go work somewhere else. You know, there's always options if things don't work out. Now, I am talking from a country where they have a pretty good system of when you don't have enough money. So, you know, they sort of take care of you and make sure you're in a house and eating and everything. Like, we don't have homeless people that aren't homeless by choice. Some people literally don't want to own a home. They don't want to live in a home. But, like, if you don't want to be on the streets, the government will help you not be on the streets. Like, we have a pretty good system. So, you know, if, like, everything goes wrong, I have a backup plan, sort of. Oh my god, this video is almost over. I wasn't even paying attention. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Goodbye!